So I owe y'all 2 videos. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was tired as I don't even know last night. I really went to sleep at 7 p.m. Then I woke up at 1 and I started driving. I said, man, I can't even make a video. But I owe y'all 2 videos. I'm gonna do one right now. I'm gonna go to sleep, wake up, probably around like 10, 11 o'clock, have another video and stuff. Probably talk about my dream. If y'all don't know what Vlogathon is, it's going 20 days straight with 10-minute content that I messed up. But I'm back at it again. I'm giving y'all straight raw footage of just me blabbing, talking, telling stories and all that. I think my last story time was, I don't even know what I said in the last vlogmas, but hey, it is what it is. I know people love to hear my stories because I be all over the place with a story, and then like you'll come back to it and then you'll be like, oh, okay, so that's why he said that and did that. Like for instance, right? So another story time. The time I scared myself. Now, I was with my cousin. We were chilling at my old house. I don't want to say where, but if you know, you know. Basically, what ended up happening was I was, I think I was playing the game. Maybe I was playing 2K. Maybe I was playing, a skateboard game. I was doing something of the sort. And then I didn't realize I left my window open. But just keep that in mind. I didn't realize I left my window open. So anyway, now it's about 10, 11 o'clock at night. So at this point, I'm hungry. So we both playing the game. So we go downstairs. When we both go downstairs, at this time I was eating some noodles. So he made noodles, I made noodles, and then made them. We talking about, oh, I make the best noodles, da da da, whatever. So then he, I know you don't, I do. Woo, what? Yes, okay, I say no more. Anyway, we get done, we eat our noodles. Once we get done eating our noodles, right? So the funny thing is, we get done with our noodles, we threw our dishes in the sink, and then we go back upstairs. Now, when we go back upstairs, about to hop on the game, excuse me, I don't know what's wrong with me, but even then, I don't even know what's wrong with me then, because I left the window open. I told y'all that. Well, I thought I'd seen a raccoon fly through my window. I must have ran or so. I did something critical crazy. He busting up laughing. Boy, that's not funny. Like, come on now, a wild animal going through your window. It was my fault because I left the damn window open. I shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is. That's one little story. Let me see. Oh no, I remember my story from the day before yesterday. It was about me having my first job. Boom. Then I told y'all how all the trucking, how the truck story came about. So I'm gonna talk about that as well. So basically, after I get done and I get done with the temp job, I come over here to, you feel me, trucking. Now, how I end up getting my license. At this portion, we was in Cedar Rapids. I was working with CRST. Yep, I'm name dropping F them. And at the time, they had everybody all over the world come to this 2 states. They had a terminal in like 3 states, but I was in the Iowa state, and then they got a terminal in California. We all come to Iowa, and I met a lot of, when I say I'm damn near well known, because most of the people I started with, Like, I still keep in contact with them. And this happened in 2017. We in 2025, 8 years ago. You feel me? So we all trying to help each other now. There's like 7 different tests that we had to pass in order to get our license. The first one was you wake up, you go to the class, you sit there, you read the damn book, you know, they put a couple movies on and stuff, and then you take a test. Now, this test is not for, you know, the DMV. I'm gonna get to that later. This test that we gotta do is mainly for you. Well, basically for them, to make sure that you're learning what they're teaching, whatever. So now, knowing me back in school, boy, I used to cheat my ass off. I used to be like, all right, you know what, this is what I'm about to do. I'm about to go ahead and sit by this person. So that's what I did in trucking. I found a smart person. I copied all the answers. He was right, I was right. They ain't suspect nothing of it. So boom, we get done with that situation, you feel me? Once I get done with that situation, man, what? Do you hear me? So we passed that, boom. Now they teaching us how to, you know, get ready for the road test. So they take about 25 to 30 people outside, and we had to go around to the whole truck. You got to learn the whole cab. Like what I'm in right now, this is called a cab. Don't know why, don't ask me why. And then outside, up under the hood, you got to talk about everything that you see. So basically the engine, the coolant, the pipes, like what's not supposed to be there and stuff. Like it's supposed to be there, but what's not supposed to be on it. So then, you know, you go to the trailer, you got to talk about the trailer. Then once you get done talking about the trailer, now you got to talk about wires and stuff. Like all the wires is connected, because, you know, you got to have lights at nighttime if you're driving at night. So once you get that portion down, that's part 1. Part 2 is the simple fact that you got to bag up in a line, but you only get 3 pull-ups. It's kind of hard a little bit to do the situation, you feel me? But it is what it is. Now, I remember a couple people did not pass, so they sent them home, and then they able to try within, like, I think like 3 months or something like that. So it was cool. It was cool while it lasted. So then after all that situation came about, what ends up happening is you take the road test. Now my class was the last class to do stick shift, truthfully. So as I'm doing stick shift, my first time in the truck, boy, I was scared, I was nervous. What? And I'm doing stick shift, boy, this stuff will have you tweakified. I ain't gonna lie to you. Tweakified is a new word. Hey, in the comments, type that down, tweakified. So I do that. Now, you go to the DMV, you pass tests on there, and then you get your license at the DMV. But you gotta pass your schooling. So when I did it, I ain't gonna lie, Buddy gave me my chance. Buddy gave me a chance by luck, I ain't gonna lie, because if you stall out, basically if the truck shut off because you didn't put the splitter down. Splitter is a thing where you shift it in the gear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you get to 5, you get to 6, you gotta push it up, and then you go to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. I forgot to put the splitter down when I was going back down. So, and then they don't like you floating gears, but I was floating gears. Floating gears is basically you going from 2 to 5. Easy shit like that. So after I get done with that, they give you a little green paper. I took a little green paper to the DMV. DMV gave my license, and that's how I got my license, truthfully and honestly, and boom. Now, as you can see, I'm a trucker. I've been trucking since 2017, on and off. I had a good 2-year run, 3-year run from 2019 to 2022. I quit trucking at the end of 2022. In my next vlog, I'm gonna talk about the situation, what ended up happening while I quit and before I quit. which I could tell you before I quit here. Nah, I'm gonna wait till next vlog. My next one I'm gonna post up. I might do it, you know, in a little bit. Who knows? Because these stories they get pretty interesting if you listen to it. But you already know who it is. Also, gang, like, comment, subscribe, and we is out.